Didn't students have the opportunity to voice their opinions on what was going on, especially since these matters really concern the students' safety in the first place? We've only had one or a couple of biased perspectives on the events, and if we're going to speak about students and their safety, they should have the right to also speak. So it doesn't make sense why students weren't given the opportunity to talk.
You would have liked if it was opened up for public comment, would you have?
Yes, because this is a very public situation. Students have had to deal with safety concerns, being doxxed and harassed and made violent threats against. So I feel like we also have a very high stake in dealing with this situation that we weren't allowed to speak.
Do you think the folks up there and the lawmakers as well even understand what students are upset about? It didn't seem like intent was talking about.
The intent was not talking about whatsoever. I heard a lot of times they were talking about students attempting to shut down free speech, when free speech is not actually the issue in question here. It's about representation and fighting for our campus to have more equity and inclusion for students of color to feel comfortable on our campus. So the issues that students are concerned about in the first place is not even understood by the higher ups, which is why it's important that students should have the right to be able to speak in these forums.
So not surprising then that there were no folks of color involved at all in this today?
It was unsurprising that the panel was completely white.
We expect that they are not here to listen to us and they're not here to care about us because they don't. And if they did that's what they would do. They would ask for our opinion. They would ask for what we think. They would ask for what we would like to see different and change. We are now looking for outside people to solve an inside problem.
What would you like to say if you could have addressed them?
I think mainly there needs to be a conversation that's had between staff and faculty and students and administration, and there is some slight work in the progress of that happening, but that needs to actually go forward and needs to happen.
Conversation about what?
Conversation about safety on campus for POC and LGBTQ students that are on campus, both physical, mental, emotional, on campus, in the dorms, in the classroom, what classes are being taught, as much as staff and faculty, who is teaching what education they have to teach the classes that they're teaching, what background they have, what training they have. All of these things need to be talked about. And at this point, these things are not being addressed, especially at the higher up level. It may be something that we may be talking at on the ground level, on the college level. This is some things that we've been talking about, but they don't know that. And because they don't know that, the public doesn't know that.